Candyman, 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 Candyman. No, not saying it again. You never say it more than 4 times. Greetings and welcome to Fright Night Flix, where every night is Fright Night. After diving into a lot of recent horror films lately, I thought it'd be best to review a classic this time around. Today we're taking a close look at Candyman from 1992, a film that built a dedicated fan base since its release. Based on Clive Barker's chilling story The Forbidden, this supernatural thriller has earned its spot in horror history with its eerie legend and unforgettable villain, Candyman. Oh shit, I said it 5 times. Starring a late great Tony Todd, Candyman tells the story of Helen, played by Virginia Madsen, a graduate student studying urban legends who finds herself drawn into the terrifying tale of the Candyman, an artist murdered in the late 19th century for his forbidden love with a white woman. His tragic story becomes the stuff of nightmares, with deadly consequences for anyone who dares summon him. Released in 1992, the film was a critical and commercial success, spawning 2 sequels that quite didn't capture the magic of the original. However, Candyman's legacy lived on, culminating in a 2021 sequel that serves as a direct follow-up. While I actually prefer the 2021 legacy sequel, I couldn't dive into that without revisiting the original first. So after a second watch, here are my thoughts on the 1992 original, Candyman.
Then let's get started.
For a film with a relative short 90-minute runtime, Candyman has a surprising amount of depth. On the surface, it may seem like a straightforward horror story, but Candyman himself isn't just your typical horror villain. He's a tragic, complex figure, transformed into an urban legend by the horrors of his past. His reign of terror is fueled by a deep sense of injustice and loss, making him a nuanced character than many other icons in the horror genre. The story dives into themes of myths and folklore, which adds a layer of complexity. At the same time, Candyman offers a sharp social commentary exploring race and class issues in the urban underbelly of the United States. Along with adapting Clive Barker's story into a solid screenplay, Bernard Rose also directs the film with impressive skill. While it's clear that Candyman has a distinct 90s feel, Rose makes the most of its era, delivering visually striking moments that still hold up today. The film features some memorable shots, and Philip Glass's haunting score perfectly sets up the tone. The production design is also imaginative and immersive, adding to the overall atmosphere. I also appreciate how the editing keeps the pace steady, allowing the story to unfold smoothly and make it easy to follow.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
The cast is solid across the board, with Virginia Madsen delivering a strong performance as Helen, the film's central protagonist. Her portrayal carries the narrative forward and provides a compelling through line throughout the story. The supporting cast, including Sandra Berkeley, Cassie Lemons and Vanessa Williams, also shine in their roles, each leaving a mark whenever they're on screen. However, the stand-up performance undoubtedly belongs to Tony Todd. His portrayal of the Candyman feels like a role he was destined to play. Much like Anthony Hopkins in The Silence of the Lambs, Todd's presence lingers even when he's not on screen. But when he is present, he commands the screen, cementing himself as a true horror icon. The horror world suffered a huge loss with Tony Todd's passing last November, but his unforgettable performances in Candyman and the Final Destination franchise cement his legacy as one of the genre's greatest icons.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Before I share my final thoughts on Candyman, I just want to remind you guys to hit that like button, subscribe to Fright Night Flix, and follow us on social media so you don't miss another scary moment. Have you seen the original Candyman? You let me know in the comments down below. Now, back to Candyman.
It's better.
Overall, I found myself appreciating the original Candyman even more on my second watch. It gave me the chance to really take on what it's trying to accomplish. Sure, its 90s aesthetic might feel a bit dated, but the strong writing and stellar performances make it shine as a unique and memorable horror film. I'm giving Candyman, the 1992 version, a rating of a 4 out of 5 stars and an 8 out of 10. Thank you for tuning in to today's review. Please make sure you come back next time when I dive into the 2021 Legacy sequel, also called Candyman.
But I want it now!
In the meantime, check out all my video library here on Fright Flix. Until next time, stay spooky, and whatever you do, do not look in the mirror and say his name 5 times. Trust me.